Then I led for like 7-8 laps, but I had 6 seconds behind me and it was quite constant, so he was never going to catch me Bertoletti. I had no tires left anymore last 2 laps, so he passed me on the last lap.
Hey guys, we're here with Nikita Bedrin. He's racing for MP this weekend at the Freca in Hockenheimring. And yeah, thank you for your time, Nikita. And maybe to start off, how's your race weekend going? So we're recording it on Sunday after quali. So how was it till now?
Yeah, we had a bit of a difficult qualifying yesterday. We got P6, but was quite a bit of the leader, which was quite weird that we were weak in second sector, which we were always quite competitive there. So yeah, it was kind of a strange quali for me because I didn't feel like it was badly driven, but we saw after that I could have improved quite a bit as well myself. But yeah, in the race I managed to gain some positions, which was good, managing to finish P6, some good points. Safety car, of course, helped us, but yeah, it was still good to start the season with some decent amount of points, let's say. And yeah, today in qualifying just seemed to lack some speed. I think was quite okay driven the lap, but we missed a little bit with the setup, I would say. But yeah, we have everything to play for in the races. So starting from most likely P14, we have to see what I can do. But I will be going forward, trying to go forward and will do my best, basically.
Have you made any bigger changes on the car from yesterday to today? Or
no, just a little change, but I think the track also changed because it's a bit cooler now, and we were also like, yeah, maybe before other series on track now, so maybe that changed a bit, but also the track changed. So I think everything together made unbalance.
Yeah, okay, understood. So you're also racing in Formula 3 this season. So, and now you're in Freca. So can you maybe tell us what are you doing here? Because you're also in Formula 3, and are you doing the full season of both, or is it still to discuss?
So the original plan was to do Freca. I was already signed, and then I got a free available seat because Barnard went to F2.
Yeah.
So there was a free seat, and they decided to put me in there. So it's basically I have to do both championships now, and yeah, when there is a clash, I will be doing F3, obviously. But still, I have 7 rounds of this. I'll just miss 3.
Yeah, good. And you're then also switching from Freca car to Formula 3 car. Is there any? Of course, there's a difference, but maybe take us through. What is the difference between those cars? Is any car more difficult to drive, or?
It's completely different car. Everything is different. Downforce is a huge factor. Also, the engine power, and one of the biggest changes is the brake pedal is much harder than this. So I would say the biggest surprise that catches me every time jumping from one car to another is the difference on the brake pressure, because I feel like I'm quite good at adapting to the speed in the corner, so it takes a lap and then I'm fine. The brake pressure always kind of a surprise, so it's quite different, but if you are good at adapting, then it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah,
I find it quite fine.
Good, but as you said, I think if you've got a bit more problem with adapting from one car to another, so I mean in Formula 3 you also have only one training session to adapt, so you have to adapt very quickly, right?
Yeah, and the tire, we only have one set of tires, so makes it even worse. The grip is completely different. We are always first on track, and then F2, F1 drives after us, so for qualifying is completely different feeling again. So you just have to prepare yourself mentally, and as I already know the car, expect how it will react, and yeah, that's all I can do. But it's kind of same for everybody. Just me jumping from a different car is a bit of a more challenge.
Yeah, understood. Do you prefer one race weekend over another? So the format, so basically you're doing 2 training sessions on Friday here, and then have one qualifying for each race. at in the Formula 3 race weekend, it's a bit different. So have
Yeah.
you any preparation in terms of
I
that?
prefer this. Is in my opinion nicer. In the free, we barely get to drive. Free practice and then quali, and then one race each day. So you just do a race and then you have nothing for the rest of the day. Um, one thing that is good is that you're done early on Sunday, so you can leave early before there is all the traffic with F1 and stuff like that. That makes sense. But if I had to choose between both, I would choose this.
Good. You're racing for PHM in Formula 3. I read that they make it more accessible for drivers to race in those higher categories. What does it mean? Like financially or supportive or whatever? What do they make differently to other teams?
Nothing really. There is just kind of a PHM academy, I would say, which me and Barnard are in, and they help us financially to race.
Mhm.
So yeah, but for like normal team, it's just a team. It's like basically a little academy, I would say, like Red Bull or Williams academy, but smaller, obviously, not so known yet. So yeah.
Okay, interesting. Didn't know that there's this kind of academy, I would say. But that's also maybe the reason why you've been a PHM driver in the Yenzer last year,
Yeah.
right? But why haven't you raced for PHM Racing?
Because we were signed for Genser before they bought the team, so that's why it was like that.
Uh, Probably also the same with Taylor?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, it was
okay.
both of our plans.
Okay. And you had, I think, 2 podiums last year and one in Spa, which was a pretty crazy race, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I think you started on wets, and this was, of course, the right choice. What was going through your mind when they decided, okay, we're going out on wets, and you saw so many people around you with, I don't know, mediums or whatever, so slicks. So what was going through your mind there?
After the lap to the grid, I saw that it was really wet, so I told my engineer I want to put the wets, and he said no, everybody's staying on slicks. So I was like, okay, I have to deal with it. But then he remembered that the regulation, when you start behind the safety car, you must be on wets,
Mhm.
which actually I don't know if that was right because many people started on slicks. So that was the reason we put wets, even though I wanted to put wets. Yeah, I was obviously nervous because I didn't know how it will play out, but I felt like it was under the control, especially in the beginning when we were much faster, and I was just thinking that maybe when there came a safety car I should box or not, but it was the right decision to stay out.
Were your thoughts then to box as well for another set of wets, or
No, because I think we would lose too much time, and in that situation, I think the best thing would be to box early for slicks and get them to work. But also, I think the tires, when there is less water, the older tires are a bit better, so there was not really a reason to box.
yeah?
I was just not sure if I should box for the slicks, but I just decided to stay out because it was a gamble and it actually worked out.
Yeah, very good, and yeah, 2 podiums in Formula 3, so very, very nice. Do you have like a target for the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or do you just take it how it comes?
I'm thinking how it comes. Decision that I make where to race mostly is not by me done, so I just have to do my best wherever I drive to keep driving. So I don't have plans for next year yet. Like most of it, I will probably depend from this year. So yeah, just have to perform.
Yeah.
This year.
And any track you're most looking forward to?
Actually, Imola next week. Really looking forward to. And then there is also Monaco the week after. So it's very good 2 weeks in a row in very good tracks. Imola is my favorite track, I would say. But also Monaco is super nice. So actually very excited for the next 2 races. Also actually looking forward to Hungary. I like the track, it was nice. And
Nice.
the other tracks are nothing special, I would say. Just normal tracks, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Hungaroring was your other podium, right?
Yeah.
Was it Hungaroring? Yeah. Nice. What was it? Was it down to your pace, or was it also like this kind of gamble with something?
I had P11 in quali, so which meant I started second for the reverse race, and I got to P1 in T1, passing on the outside mini, and then I led for like 7-8 laps, but then the tire started to drop off a lot, so he passed me, but I had 6 seconds behind me, and it was quite constant, so he was never going to catch me, Bortoletto. But then the safety car came at the end, and I had no tires left anymore last 2 laps, so he passed me on the last lap, but it was still a podium, so it was
still good. But
I think I did what I could there. It was a bit of a crazy race with the tire degradation. At the end of the race, we were like 12 seconds slower than quali time, so it was insane.
Also, tires are a big thing in those series, and do you feel there any difference, like in tire deck or performance, between those categories you're racing in now?
Yeah, it's completely different. In F3, you cannot really be pushing. You must always have some percent before the slide, for example, to save the tire, because one snap and the tire is gone. But in this car, you kind of push the whole race with a sense. I mean, push not like in qualifying, but still saving the tire. But at the end of the day, you're still kind of pushing. So it's kind of easier, quite a bit easier with this car.
Would you say we would see a different race when we have those tires here, or longer lasting tires in Formula 3? So would we see even more crazy results and crazy driving?
I think people will be more aggressive, so there will be more crazy stuff going on, but it's difficult to answer that because I don't think that will happen anytime soon. The only thing they're doing is making the tires softer, so but probably would be even more fun. I don't know.
Yeah,
never drove like that, so
good. Then I would say thank you for your time, thank you for your
you.
interesting answers, and see you in the next video. Bye guys.